Despite my concerns, when Margaret left the hospital, I gave them the benefit of the doubt.
Some patients on my 600-pound life start with the best intentions, but somewhere along the way, everything falls apart. Their stories didn't just veer off course, they went completely off the rails. From wild tantrums to shocking betrayals, these are the moments that had fans yelling at their screens and wondering how it all went so wrong. This is my 600-pound life at its most chaotic. This is Margaret's story. Margaret is just 35 years old and she already weighs over 700 pounds. She honestly can't do anything with herself. If her mother is not by her side all the time, she is practically useless. She cries every day because of how bad her weight has gotten. Is this her wake-up call? Let's find out together. She starts her story like this.
Mobile has created a very dire situation for her, and she can barely stand up from her bed to bedside commode. When she fell, she was short of breath, and she and her mom were worried she was having a heart attack.
I'm not even going to deny it. I am scared for Margaret. It looks like her case may be one of the worst that Dr. Now has ever seen. She fell down the stairs and had to be rushed to the hospital. Given the fact that she can't walk, Dr. Now is scared that she might be living her final days. If you ask me, I think Margaret is the problem. She tells the doc that anytime her mother doesn't give her what she wants, she fights her mom and says mean things to her. The sad part is that Margaret knows the food is killing her and she might die but still doesn't stop.
To eat as much as she wants and get her weight up to 750 pounds. So this is a very pathological situation, and I don't see any motivation. I don't see any goal for Margaret, but I'm ready to give her all the tools she needs to change her life and try to lose some weight.
I have never seen someone whose BMI is high. Like Dr. Now said, 129 is very high and dangerous, especially when she can't move around. He tells her that he can help with a controlled diet while she's in the hospital, but she is on her own when she gets home. But it's heartbreaking to see her in such a condition. She really does want to get better, and that's a good sign. It's not going to be an easy task, but I think she's finally ready to put in the work that needs to be done. Hopefully she can pull through.
Pound each month, but we want to see you in the office and get your weight. I expected that you lose 100 pounds in 3 months.
In 3 months? Okay.
Yeah. If you continue to lose weight, then we can work with you and get you to the point that you're going to be able to hopefully have weight loss surgery.
Looks like her mother is going to keep a pretty tight leash on Margaret. The doc wants her to lose 100 pounds in 3 months, and her mom is ready to make sure that happens. Well, it's easier said than done, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Margaret's mom sure seems to be taking really good care of her. It's always so amazing to see that these patients have people who want to take care of them and also want them to get better. I really wonder how Margaret became this fat.
Was very controlling, and if he said you'd be right here, she had to be right there. That's how he was.
You want to hide your feelings away from him, because if you argued with him, then he would call us names and just be very mean.
120 pounds at the age of 6? My goodness. I'd have to eat at least 20 times a day to weigh that much at a young age. Well, we can't particularly blame her. She says that her father was very strict, and the only way she could cope with it was to eat everything, including his meals. What's worse is that her grandmother was the absolute worst. She made Margaret eat 10 eggs in a row anytime she said she was hungry. That explains why Margaret called her the Wicked Witch. If you can do that to your grandchild, best believe that she can do anything to anyone. It's no longer shocking why her father was the way he was.
I went on disability. My dad became more abusive. After that, my mom reached a point of no return. So she packed her stuff and left with my older sister, Tiffany, to take shelter with a friend. I woke up the next morning and my sister and my mama were gone. So my dad told me she had abandoned me.
One moment you think it can't get any worse, and then boom, she says something that shatters your heart. Margaret's life has been filled with so much chaos and drama right from when she was a child. Now we totally understand why food became her best friend and escape. Even currently, things don't seem to be going really well at home. Margaret's mother says that Margaret is being difficult with the whole process, and she quits almost every week. The physiotherapists are at the house to help her with some exercise. Let's hope they can make some progress.
You're not feeling it, I told you scared.
Just leave me alone, Mom.
No, I'm not.
I'm assuming that was her mom.
It's all about what you want.
Okay, fine, I quit. You want that?
I told you I'd call you next week and we could reschedule.
This is not good at all. Margaret and her mother got into a fight because Margaret says she's not ready to see the physiotherapist, and that's just making her mother get very angry. Does Margaret really have what it takes to do this? Because at this point, she's really getting on her mom's nerves. Margaret ended up sending the physiotherapists away, and her mother decided she'd help her out with moving around the house. So far, it just seems like Margaret doesn't even want to do anything anymore, and that's what's upsetting her mother.
Don't think that you have made it and relax and go back to eating cabbage.
No.
Okay.
We
I
want
made
to
it this
be,
far and I'm not going back.
we want to be down to 200 pounds before next year.
That's a good goal, and weight loss surgery will help her do that.
Haha, that's amazing. Margaret is so lucky to have a mother like the one she has. If not for her mom, who constantly made sure she put in the work, things could have turned out far worse than they wanted. Good teamwork is what I'd call it. If she keeps this up for a month, she's going to get her surgery done.
Oh, don't dump me out.
I'm not gonna dump you out. I just got you through the door.
All right. She's got to give me a second.
Once you get up there, you gotta let go of it.
Come on, hurry, calculate. Hurry.
Your weight is 626.
Looks like we spoke too soon. It's been over a month now, and Margaret has lost only 5 pounds. Even her mom is tired at this point. You can see it written all over her face. It's almost as if she wants to give up, but she can't. And somehow it looked like things were going great. I guess this is her final and only chance to get better. Doctor now has set his mind, and it's all left to her now to either lose weight or continue to suffer with her pains. I'm pretty sure she knows what to do this time. With the support that her mom gives her, she can do it.
You can get up.
Ow, that's my foot. At my last appointment, I was 626, and I was supposed to lose 35 pounds in a month. So if I did that, the number I need to see is 591. I'm on it. Okay, get it off. Mama, get that wheelchair. Oh my goodness.
Finally, I was starting to think that Margaret was never going to make it to the mark. She's proved everyone wrong and has finally lost 125 pounds. It took some serious guts to do what she did, and I am happy she finally made the cut. Let's see if she gets approved for surgery.
Need that in my life no more.
At least we're on the right track now. We just need to keep pushing and go harder. And the most important thing is that you both started psychotherapy. So I'm proud of both of you for that.
Okay, thank you.
This is Brittani's story. Now, Brittani is so fat that she has decided to stop allowing her husband to see her naked because she believes he will be so disgusted at the sight of her body that he will simply leave her. It is so bad that they have never had actual physical intercourse. You might think that is excessive, but when you see how she struggles with her daily routine, you kind of get the point a little bit. Her story begins like this.
The inside of my body, it is pain. It is sadness. Most of the time, I'm like, maybe it'd be better if I just don't wake up, because every single day I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what did you do to yourself? A human body should not look the way my body looks.
Phew, that is actually disgusting. Brittani basically hides from the world and her husband and does nothing all day. The only time she gets up is when she needs to get a tasty treat or food. She is so tied to food that she cannot remember a time she did not have this sort of parasitic relationship with food. Here is what a regular mealtime looks like for Brittani.
Brittani alone could eat as much food as a normal family of 4 would order. That's your wings.
I will eat until I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and then that doesn't even stop me. And when I'm done, I think I'm the most nastiest, most disgusting person in the world.
And that right there is the problem. When Brittani gets to Houston, she discovers that she weighs 605 pounds, and here is what Dr. Now had to say about her weight gain. Let us take a look.
So you're over 600 pounds. What do you think got you to this weight?
Emotional eating in general. Stress, depression, anxiety, but I also eat when I'm happy and when things are going good.
Okay.
I just eat.
Brittani clearly is a compulsive eater.
Ha 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 ha. Imagine being Brittani's husband here. He took Brittani to Dr. Now to get her weight checked out, but Dr. Now also thinks he is overweight and wants him to lose weight as well. Anyway, the point is that this eating habit is going to be difficult to break because Brittani's husband probably eats too much too and may be unable to tell her no.
So frequency of eating has to be only 3 times a day?
No snacks, like not even like
No
carrots
snacks.
or nothing.
No.
Okay.
There is no such thing like a healthy snack.
Okay.
If you change your habit, you should be able to lose 40 pounds in 1 month.
Okay.
So did Brittani and her husband do it? Well, she is disappointed. She did not get the weight loss surgery immediately, but she is determined to make it work. She now writes down every single thing she eats and is counting her calories very seriously. So does that work?
I've done really well. Stayed within 1,200 calories, very little carbs. So I think I've done really well.
So the diet is working for you.
So am I on the right path? I'm doing okay?
Yeah, you're doing good.
Dr. Now is impressed and sets her up for surgery for the next month. The surgery is successful, and Brittani comes out of it doing great. By the end of her episode, she had lost nearly 200 pounds.
The past few months have been amazing. I have made so much progress. I am doing so much more, and I have so much more energy. I'm able to help Bill in the mornings, making breakfast. I do the laundry and I clean, and it may sound really boring to someone, but it's what I've always wanted.
This is Nicole's story, and trust me when I say it's one of the most unforgettable journeys ever captured on my 600-pound life. The moment you realize she can't even fit through her bathroom door and has to be hosed down on the front porch like an animal, you know this story hits different. It's heartbreaking and shocking. Can Dr. Now help her turn her life around? That's the big question. Let's see how it all begins.
Dog in your backyard. You don't bathe your girlfriend. But I don't have another option, even though Charlie's very devoted to me. I feel very humiliated. I know Charlie says he doesn't mind, but it's not right that he has to do this for me.
Now that's one way to show love. Nicole's boyfriend Charlie says he's willing to jump through flaming hoops for her, but when it comes to actually saying no to the unhealthy food she constantly asks for, well, that's another story entirely. Meanwhile, Nicole's parents, who are recovering addicts, live with her too, but only under one surprising condition.
I found I was pregnant with my second child. Gave birth to Shelby. I'd put on so much weight, I either had to stay in bed all day or use a wheelchair to get around, which forced my parents to move in with me. But I made them promise that they were drug-free.
Okay, maybe it's just me, but this situation is beyond concerning. Nicole's gained so much weight that she needs her own recovering addict parents to move in and help take care of both her and her kids. That's a major red flag. And of course, things get tense, especially when Nicole's mother starts losing her temper.
If I wasn't here, Lord only knows what would happen.
And my mom gets upset because I'm so big, I can't do anything.
What are you doing, Jaden? I'm just sick of this. I need help, damn kid.
This is not the greatest living condition, but somehow Nicole continues to put on weight even in that condition. Perhaps it has something to do with how much she eats? Let us see how that goes.
It has to be done exactly right, so it tastes as good as it should. And I'm not letting anyone mess it up. It's ready for the oven. All right. When I know that there's a meal being cooked, I just start getting really excited.
That is a lot of food, even for someone her size. But Nicole knows things can't go on like this forever. If she wants a chance at a better life for herself and her kids, she has to take a huge step. So she makes an appointment with Dr. Now in Houston. He may be her last hope.
My back, it hurts down here on the street.
You know this is gonna be a 3-hour ordeal with every time.
Charlie, you know what? If you aren't gonna be supportive, you can leave.
That's why I'm here.
It's stupid wood in here. It's stupid. Why would they put wood on a floor in a hotel?
Oh, the irony. Nicole weighs over 600 pounds, and somehow the situation feels like everyone else's fault. But eventually, she and her family put their frustrations aside and make it to Houston. When they meet with Dr. Now, he doesn't hold back.
My boyfriend and my mom.
Why are you doing that?
If she wants it, she'll throw a fit if I don't get it for her.
So, Nicole, let me get this straight. You don't want to eat the bad food, but you have to because your family makes you, and you bring the bad food because she will get upset. So I think I'm picking up on some of the problem.
It's a tough case. Dr. Now tells Nicole she needs to lose 30 pounds in 1 month if she wants to be approved for surgery. He gives her a strict meal plan and clear instructions. But the real question is, will she follow them? Let's check in at her next weigh-in.
And I really have no idea if I'm even close to that.
673.
I'm a little disappointed that I didn't lose what I was supposed to, and I'm scared about what the doctor's gonna say.
That is so true. Also, did you notice that Charlie, Nicole's boyfriend, has also put on some weight? Well, now you know. Dr. Now says Nicole has to stop blaming her family and needs to lose 30 pounds over the next month before he can approve her for weight loss surgery.
Giving up what we had to give, you know what I mean?
This ain't my fault. It's just a situation that happened that we gotta get through together as a family. It doesn't help when I'm getting jumped every day over the situation.
This is so tough. Will Nicole ever lose any weight? Well, the next time she has a weigh-in, she loses only 6 pounds, despite despite Dr. Now asking her to lose 30 pounds. Of course, Nicole has her own excuses.
Ways, so we couldn't eat healthy, and my family would be eating.
I don't want any more excuses. You're still responsible for your choices and what you eat.
Being delusional makes things even worse. Then Dr. Now makes Nicole's challenge harder. He asks her to lose 30 pounds for 2 months in a row. He also asked her to see a therapist, and that kind of, sort of, maybe helps. After the 2 months, Nicole indeed loses the needed pounds and gets the surgery.
Came from a previous C-section, but I was able to manage it and still successfully perform the sleep.
This is William Kiefer's story. William Kiefer is 34 years old and he weighs over 600 pounds. He wakes up every morning wondering how and why he allowed his body to get to the stage it currently is. Even his mother is fed up with the fact that he doesn't want to get any better. Can he be saved by Dr. Now? Let's find out. His story starts off this way.
It could be better to stay in bed and play video games all day and just relax, kind of, just avoid the world. I move slower than I used to, but I still can get around pretty well. Honestly, most difficult thing about my everyday is getting up every day.
That sounds like so much pain already. Williams is still able to get out of bed and have his bath by himself, which is good. The only issue now is that he feels so much pain anytime he stands for too long or puts all his weight on his feet. Thank goodness he does stay all by himself. Williams' mother comes to the house sometimes to assist him with some of his chores and food. Hopefully, she can convince him to change his eating habits before things really start to get out of hand.
A drug, a coping mechanism, something like that.
All right, I want to make sure I make you enough.
All right.
When William wakes up in the morning, he's stressing about something.
Looks like we have another enabler on our hands. William's mother says that she feels bad because she always gives him what he wants to eat whenever he wants to eat it. But then again, it's not her fault per se. Williams is not always happy about his condition, and food is the only thing that gives him joy, so she does what she can to make him happy. Funny enough, right from when Williams was little, he battled with depression. The sad part is, there was no one to talk to, and he would usually isolate himself, which would in turn result in him shoving a lot of food down his stomach.
I even started looking at studying video game programming. But just as I was doing that, my marriage came to an end.
Willie, are you ready to go to the grocery store?
Yeah, I am.
What do you want? What are you gonna get?
I don't know, probably some chicken, definitely get some soda. I think I'm out completely now.
Okay.
My wife and I were together for 5 years, and
if you ask me, I'd say it's way better that they split up then than for them to split up now. Williams is at a very critical point in his life and he needs all the support and help he can get. If his wife were to still be with him and she decided to divorce him while on his journey, that would be devastating. But what he did not realize is that the divorce hit him more than he thought it would. Williams turned to junk food and a bad eating habit after he split with his ex-wife. It was like the only companion aside from food left him, and he went straight back to eating badly.
And it is heartbreaking to know that you can't help your son. William, I'm not going up the stairs. I'm going to leave the bags at the bottom of the stairs.
There's no lie about that. His mother could not have said it any better. Williams really needs to start to understand that he is the only one who can help himself heal and start to get better. Time is not on his side health-wise, and he needs to realize this as soon as possible. But trust me when I say that Williams' journey is not going to be an easy one. He knows he needs help and wants to get help, but he is also not ready to give up food because that's the only thing that makes him happy. Shoo. Talk about being at a crossroads with yourself.
Right now, he's a prisoner in his own body. This weight has the chains wrapped around him so tight, he has no freedom. It's just time for William to do something to help William and to love himself again.
That right there is every patient's nightmare, having to stand on the scale and actually see what they weigh. Well, there's no escaping it now. Williams is heading to Texas to see the doc. I love that he has finally realized he needs to start working on himself. But surprisingly, that is impressive. I honestly thought he would weigh more than 600 pounds. Looks like his dieting before seeing the doc paid off after all. He has faced one fear, now it's time for him to face the next one. Let's see what the doc has to say.
They'll quit.
Yeah.
And the weight you lose, then this is going to go down.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I see that as really a problematic situation. I'm going to get you some antifungal treatment and antibiotic for this infection you got.
Okay.
And I'm going to start you on some diet.
Phew, that's a lot Williams has to do. I wasn't sure the doc was going to stop listing things he wants Williams to do. It seems like Williams has a lot on his plate, and most importantly, some serious improvements to make. Is he really up to the task? The answer to that question is yes. Williams is actually doing much better than I thought he would. He has been going out more and doing some pretty good workouts. The only problem now is when he does so much work walking, he gets very hungry, and that makes him eat more food than he should.
William?
How are you doing?
How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Losing 70 pounds is a lot, but hopefully I lost most of that, and I'll be down in the low 500s. I'm hoping I am, and I get approved for surgery today.
Whew, that's not good at all. Williams lost just 12 pounds in the span of 2 months. His initial goal was to lose 70 pounds, and sadly, he didn't meet the mark. We all know Dr. Now is not going to be proud of his progress. Williams has somehow made everyone pissed. What's even more painful is that his mother is hurt because he just doesn't want to do what it takes to get to his goal. Believe me, it can be quite frustrating when you're trying to help someone and they don't appreciate your efforts.
You can say whatever you want. The scale doesn't lie.
And I didn't say it did, but like I just said.
So, you keep repeating, I made the changes, I eat only 1 time a day. Argue that with the scale. Don't kid yourself. Don't bother come back next time if you haven't lost any weight.
Well, that's just going to be that. Dr. Now is disappointed with his progress. This time around, he gives Williams the same task, and if it turns out that he doesn't lose any weight, he should not bother coming back to the hospital. There's no room to fool around anymore. But even with all of this, his mom is his biggest support. Regardless of his failures to meet his mark for his weight loss surgery, she still encourages him and tells him that things are going to get better. What a sweet woman.
I've been trying harder, but I have no idea what my loss is gonna be.
William?
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
Hi.
At my last appointment, I was 580, and I was supposed to lose 70 pounds.
How is that even possible? Williams lost only 6 pounds? I can't even seem to understand what's going on. He did put in the work, and yet he still fails to meet the mark for his surgery. Man, could this be the end of the line for him? Sadly, the answer is yes. Their faces say it all. Everyone is tired of the fact that Williams doesn't want to do what's needed to lose weight. Dr. Now tells him that there's really nothing he can do anymore because he doesn't want to work with anyone to lose weight. Looks like this is his final bus stop after all.
With William, because he still continued to just playing games and lying. So we can see going to therapy can help start breaking through to him, because nothing anybody else has done has gotten him to wake up.